It was one of those things where I just shot for the stars hoping to land on the moon. I was particularly excited when I saw a graduate position open here at Stevens Point regarding bats. Right now, the scientific community is basically all hands on deck trying to gain as much research and knowledge on these species as fast as they can. White nose syndrome is a fungal disease that gets in the wings and other tissues that eventually causes the bat to rise out of its hibernation stages more frequently than is natural for them. They essentially suffer from starvation over the course of the winter. When it first landed in New York in about 2007, hibernating colonies had as high as 99% bat population decreases.
It was devastating to bat populations. And now that disease has swung over here, and it's here in the Midwest. It's in Wisconsin. Bats play a really pretty important role in controlling insect populations, both in the public side as well as in the crop side. Because of their sonar and their strange looking ears and noses, we picked up on the use of radar. They're very valuable to us. We have to respect them and care for them as best we possibly can. Jordan came to us with a considerable amount of experience working with bats, and the work that he is doing, as well as all these other bat researchers in the state, will help to contribute to our knowledge and maybe better address this issue that we have with white nose syndrome.
So I'm studying bat community dynamics across the state of Wisconsin as well as the Great Lakes region. I'm deploying acoustic detectors to identify any differences in the bat community throughout Wisconsin, Minnesota, and the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. A bat acoustic detector is essentially a specialized microphone that's able to listen for bats at the frequency of which they echolocate, and I can analyze those later to identify what species of bat were flying by those detectors.
It's important to know that so that we might be able to look out into the future, and we might be able to improve managing bats and save those bats that we still have that are here.
The second component of my research is performing an analysis on a long-term data set that the DNR collected from 5 long-term bat monitoring stations across the state of Wisconsin, and assessing what the bat populations looked like before white nose arrived in the state and after white nose arrived in the state.
I think the results of the work that Jordan's doing will be very impactful, because we have very little information as to what the bat community is going to do in the presence of this foreign disease. Jordan can compile our data and get a better picture of what's really going on with the bat populations across not only Wisconsin but the Midwest.
I like having the opportunity to research bats. It's a species that not a lot of people get to work with, and acoustic monitoring is going to become a really important part of bat work in general. As white nose syndrome progresses through North America, some bat species are going to become exceedingly more rare and harder to detect. Any research that I'm going to be able to contribute will be impactful in some way, and to be on the forefront of this is really exciting for me.